guys, welcome back to another episode of the Weight of It podcast. It's me, Rose, back again to talk all things health and wellness. And as always, I always have a special guest. You already know the drill. I say everyone is a special guest because everybody is a special guest. And today we have the beautiful Anay. Hey sis.
Hey girl.
How are you?
Hey guys.
You are like my official, I was just saying, she's my first like official guest in my new home studio, which is really nice.
And cozy, guys.
It's
Very
really cozy.
yes.
Oh, good. That's the vibe I'm trying to go for. You know, we're going to keep adding a few bits and bobs to make it more cozy, but glad you found it cozy. How are you doing today?
I'm really good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. The weather isn't great, but summer's gone, so I got to get over it.
The weather is awful. Guys, this type of rain, it reminded me of Nigeria, man. When the heat is just random and then the sun, the rain just starts acting up. Like
that is so funny. You know, it's because it's also like dark now as well. The rain literally came with its winter gloom. Yeah.
Yes.
Not ideal. But yeah, tell them a little bit about you. Who is Anay?
So as she said, my name is Anay. And yeah, I'm Irish, but obviously Nigerian background. And I'm an artist. And I would like to say I'm a free spirit. But I'm not. I'm a controlled free spirit.
Oh, okay. Controlled. That's a new one.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
I feel like I'm very I'm just very spontaneous in a way of like, I like a lot of things. I like being in a lot of things. I like doing a lot of things. However, I'm still very like fixed in a sense of it needs to be like on a certain timing and
okay.
Yeah, like I wouldn't just be like up with the wind of everything. Like
okay.
it's still controlled, but it's like I'm very open minded.
Yeah. And how long have you been living in I guess England then?
So it's a weird one because I came in like 2016, but I was like in and out because I came from my undergrad. I was in and out in Ireland with it, and then but like officially I moved to London oh my gosh, this week makes it 1 year actually.
Oh.
Yeah, because I moved. No, I moved this time last year actually.
Okay.
Today, yeah, it's actually exactly a year now.
Oh, well, happy 1 year anniversary.
I know, that's crazy. Yeah, we got 1 year living in London, yeah.
Oh, wow. And look, at the anniversary in the rain, just to
fantastic.
Cement it all for you.
Fantastic. But to be fair, where I moved from was Manchester. Yeah, it was just, I've been everywhere.
Okay.
Yeah, so the rain there was just
Yeah, just as bad. Oh, wow. Okay, so today, Anay has reached out because she wants to share her story and her experience of undergoing a particular procedure. And I think it's going to be a really good conversation, actually. Yeah, from the little, like, conversation, I was like, oh,
yeah,
this might be a good one.
I have very strong opinions, I guess you could say. But I just stand on it. Like, I feel everyone is open to, like, their own perception of things. Like, but I think for me, I just do my own thing, really. Like, I don't really care.
Okay. Well, we're going to hear it. So, one thing I ask all my guests when they come, because of the name of the podcast, I always ask people what weight they're carrying. And I was just saying before we started filming, every time I say this to people, they always think I'm asking about literally like how many kilos they weigh. And I'm like, no, I'm not in your business like that. I just wanted to know like what weight you're carrying. It can be career related. It could be maybe about the move or whatever. Just so that people kind of get a bit more depth.
Yeah, so I'm currently doing my master's, which is why I actually moved to London. So that's wrapping up. So I guess I'm just trying to finish off my dissertation. It's due the end of this month, so I'm just trying to finish that off and then graduate. So that's kind of like I'm just thinking of like the next steps for my life and stuff. So I guess that.
Wow. Well, congratulations in advance.
Thank you.
What are you studying?
Music industry management, artist development.
Whoa.
Yeah, which is very different to my undergrad because my undergrad was in law and Spanish.
Oh, wow.
So it took like a complete...
Oh, my gosh, you speak Spanish?
I'm not fluent, guys, because languages are the type of things that if you don't practice it, you will lose it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I was like in intermediate. So I was in advanced at first, and then I went down to intermediate because it was just getting a bit too difficult. But I suck at speaking, but I can understand.
What that is? So you did law and Spanish, and I doing music management.
Industry management, artist development.
That is really cool.
Basically, music business to put a long story
short. What made you go into that? I mean, obviously, I know you said you're an artist. Is that, I guess, what fueled that?
Yeah, I'm one of them people that like I need to know what I'm doing.
Okay.
Before I enter things.
Okay.
Like I don't do too well with the unknown, which is also really bad.
Yeah.
But so I like to be as clued up as possible.
Yeah.
So I was just like, let me actually just learn about the business side of things, especially like it can't be worse than law. Like law was horrible. Like
okay.
Yeah, law was terrible. And
Okay.
yeah, I just felt like if I'm gonna do something, let me know about how I'm gonna handle myself in those situations.
Oh, okay. So do you mind? I don't know if you're allowed to share. What's your dissertation topic on?
It's actually very interesting. So I can't wait for it to submit because my lecturers are in love with it.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah, they're in
good.
love with it. It's called. I'm so dry. It's called The Price of Stardom. The sexualization and the beauty expectations of female artists in the music industry.
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a
Yeah,
very good one.
yeah. So it's been really interesting to like look at and study, and but also like I've been speaking to a lot of people.
Yeah,
I've spoken to a lot of artists in
yeah.
like different levels. So people have blessed me with their interviews as well, and like they're on bigger scales as well. So it's just nice to get like a fuller picture. But yeah, my lecturers really excited about it because
Wow.
so far I've been doing really well in it,
Yeah, yeah,
and they just want me to do it properly because they think it's worthy of like. I think they told me I think they might want to publish it or something. I don't know what they were saying. They were saying something about
Wow.
like they just think it's such a good topic that they
Yeah.
like to use as reference, so I should do it properly. So
Wow.
yeah. So yeah.
That is that's really impressive.
Yeah.
That is really impressive.
Thanks.
Wow. Beauty and brains. That's what we love
Yeah,
to see.
as Nigerians as we are, evolve.
Wow. Okay. So,
Thank you.
like, following on from that, I guess you did say at the beginning that you are also a music artist. What's your genre of music? At the end, we'll plug you as well so people can find
Yes.
you.
So, um, I'm kind of in a rebrand phase, but it was kind of like Afro R&B, which it still kind of is, but I'm kind of trying to lean more into like the alt R&B and add my other
Oh,
influences as well, like growing up with like the rock and the pop and
wow.
etc. Cause
Yeah.
and like jazz, like I like a lot of things. So I'm trying to like rebrand into like a more diverse artist.
Okay.
Yeah, rather than
Okay.
just be limited to just
Yeah.
like an Afro R&B kind of sound. So yeah, I'm really excited because I'm gonna do the launch, I guess you could say, of the rebrand in 2026. So like,
Oh,
yeah.
nice.
So yeah, that's why I'm
Oh,
just here.
this is really
Yeah, so that's
different.
exclusive.
Yeah, exclusive. Oh, fresh off the press. Thank you. I'm so privileged. Oh wow. Okay, so I'm gonna touch on your music career a little bit
Yeah,
later
that's fine.
on. But I guess just to set the scene, like I said, we spoke on Instagram, and
Yes.
you know you told me that about the procedure that you had and how you went to come and share like your story for the listeners, the viewers. So I guess tell us, what did you
Yes.
have and what was that like? The whole, like, tell us everything.
Okay. So firstly, well, thanks for having me, guys. I reached out in January. Like, guys, it's been a very long overdue
It's
timing,
been
but
overdue.
yeah, I reached out because obviously I actually had a friend. I think I've had two friends. I've had two friends being on her podcast, so that was also like really great to see.
Yeah.
The reason I wanted to share is because I get asked a lot of questions all the time, and I just felt like
Okay.
it'd be fine, good to be on a platform
Yeah, and
that
just
actually just to have it like it's like, well, you can just watch it
yeah,
there kind
yeah,
of vibe.
yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I had a gastric sleeve in 2020. A lot of people don't know that, but yeah, I had a gastric. It's not really something I hide, but I had a gastric sleeve in 2020, and it was going really good. A lot. Me and my friend Debbie Crown were like one of the first in the UK to document it because I
Okay.
think people had like gastric bypass, which is a whole different thing, and
Okay.
then but we had the sleeve.
Okay.
So
Do you mind just quickly telling me the difference? Because I know I've had Gabby on here who spoke about the sleeve, but I didn't know there's a difference between
yeah,
that and
there's
a
a bypass.
bypass.
I'll be honest, I can't. I should know this. With the bypass, I can't remember as much, but I know with the sleeve is they actually cut like 60 to 80% actually of your stomach.
Yeah.
With the bypass, it's something. It's there's a way they do it. It's even like less, but they don't cut your stomach per se. It's like it's like it's going somewhere else. Like I have to remember how it was done, and then the balloon is like they get a balloon, like not a real balloon, but like something like a balloon, and put in your stomach, and it gives you the illusion that you're full. So there's like different like ones and stuff. But we had the sleeve because I felt like that was the easiest option to actually have the stomach genuinely cut.
Okay.
But it's a bit hard because your brain still thinks you're fat. I mean, sorry guys, no. Your brain still thinks you eat a lot.
Right. Right.
So with that, it's like doing catch up.
Okay.
So it's like there's a disconnect. So it's like if you don't mentally prepare for it, it's just long.
So do you mean that even if the stomach has been cut, like I remember like Gabby told me it's 80%, your brain is not aware.
It's
of
not
that.
aware.
So your
No.
brain will still be hungry.
Yeah,
for...
and this is why they say that before you do it, you need to juice. You need to do this type of cleanse 2 weeks before. And I do think it's not even because there's probably obviously medical reasons for that, but I do think as well is to prepare your mind that it's like gonna go through this like kind of a traumatic thing in a way. So Yeah.
Wow.
So it was like a weird one, but yeah. So that happened. A lot of people that kind of went viral, and then a lot of people knew me from that.
Okay.
But yeah, I regained basically half the weight back.
Okay.
I regained like 60 pounds.
Okay.
So my heaviest in general was 123 kg, and I
Yeah.
went down to like 87, I think
After
85
the surgery.
after the surgery.
Okay.
And then I regained all the way back to 107.
Okay.
It wasn't like a quick progress. I feel like for the turnaround, the regain took maybe like 4 years.
Okay.
But it
Wow.
catches up.
Catches up. Yeah.
And then I had to lose. I with the gym and stuff. I lost the 60 pounds again. Myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Right. Let's go back.
It's a lot.
So
Yeah.
there's a lot because you know what it is. I think what you've touched on is something we'll go in more detail, but I think with these surgeries, I think sometimes it's easy to think that once you've done it, like that's it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because no one really talks about the gaining weight after, and I've heard a few people what this has happened to. But just to go back to the actual surgery, did you do it in the UK? Did you do it abroad?
Yeah, so I did it
How
in
much?
Turkey.
If you don't mind sharing, how much
Yes.
was it and all that stuff?
So I did it in Turkey, and what happened was I knew I was going to do it because Debbie had done it, I think, 8 months before. And I reached out to the CEO of the clinic. I'm not going to say the clinic just because, I mean, if you've had me on YouTube, you'll know who the clinic is, just because the person who did mine is no longer there. So I don't want people going and stuff. But yeah, so I reached out to the CEO to be like, I'm interested, and I wanted to like promote because it's not something that's done in the UK.
Yeah.
But the agreement I made was I'll pay for my surgery because I didn't want them to pay for it. I wanted it as honest as possible.
Right.
And if it's genuinely like a thing I really want to do, then we can work on whatever. So then yeah, I paid a total amount. I think it was 3,200 or something.
Okay.
Pounds, and this was around COVID times.
Okay.
So I had the money because we were all getting
yeah. And
I
everyone's at home as
Everyone's
well.
at home. I wasn't spending anything.
Yeah.
But I gained a lot during lockdown. That's even what pushed me to it because I gained like 15 kg in like 2 months.
Okay.
Because I was eating now like twice a day.
Okay.
In Ireland, like I was eating like.
But twice a day. That's
no eating out though.
Oh, eating out.
Yeah, so I would have like a Subway in the afternoon.
Okay.
Or maybe I would have like taco chips and cheese and stuff. And then for dinner I would have a spice bag, like, which is Chinese.
Okay.
So it was like the calories. It's like I'm consuming
yeah.
like basically like 4,000 calories.
Yeah, crazy.
Gained crazy amount of weight, like crazy. So yeah, that's the amount I spent, and then it went really well. Like it went well for me, and then I waited a while. I think I waited like 6 months. And then I posted about it, did really well, and that's when I reached out to be like, well, I'm okay with sharing now.
Okay.
And then it's like, can I have like a code or something so people could get it cheaper? But obviously, I want to be compensated too, so like, I'm gonna be honest on that. Yeah. So
quite a lot of people doing it.
Yeah, a lot of people use my code.
Really?
A lot of people use my code. I was even shocked. I was like, influence, but
oh my God.
a lot of people use my code, and I'm not gonna lie, like, I still think they owe me some money, but yeah, that's a different story. But yeah, even till now, like sometimes people still use it and stuff. Yeah, so definitely great experience and stuff with them. I didn't have an issue, but again, like, because the surgeon who did mine isn't there anymore, like I don't want to like, and then people just,
Can I ask a question? Because you know that when it comes to things like that, because me and my friend were having a discussion on the whole Serena Williams thing, and obviously how she's like, I guess, the poster girl at the moment for like Ozempic. How does it feel when like if people are using your discount code? What's the like? Is there any liability on your end? Like, let's say something was happened to somebody, God forbid, and they've used your discount code. Would any of that fall on you, or is it solely the hospital and then?
Yeah. So what's actually really interesting is that when this all happened, I actually spoke about this. It was a really big thing on Clubhouse. Like I had a huge kind of pushback.
Oh my gosh, Clubhouse days.
Yeah,
Throwback.
So like they did a room about it. Like people were really angry about it. Yeah,
okay.
I was a bit like, but I feel like at the end of the day, just like anything, you do need to do your research, and that is something I always heavily emphasize. I do think with surgery, it's something that you are a bit silly, in my opinion, and naive if you are going to go into something and you don't know what's about.
Right.
There's always a chance of the worst scenario, which is obviously death, right? There's always a chance. So I think I would not take any responsibility for that, because when I'm saying I did my own research.
Right.
I think I would feel more liable if maybe they had paid me to do the surgery.
Okay.
Like if they had paid me maybe to do the surgery and then talk about it, then maybe. But even with that, like, I do think there's this level of intelligence that we should all kind of have to be like, okay, maybe even though that sounds great, I'm gonna look more into it. You shouldn't just be like, yeah, because this person did it,
I'm
they
gonna
did
do
it.
it.
Because even when
Yeah.
Debbie did it and everything went well, I didn't just jump and did it. I had
Yeah.
to do my own private
Yeah.
research.
Yeah.
So I just always say that, like, I mean, it's up to you. And I also say to people too that, like, it's not by force either.
Yeah, no.
Like,
No,
I don't, like, even though I had the code, I was very much like, it's okay. It's not that
Yeah.
serious. Like, I had people who didn't even go with my clinic. They didn't use my code.
Okay.
Reach out and be like, they want advice on it. And I
Okay.
would still give it to them. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not a money hungry person. Like, I
Right,
don't
yeah.
care enough.
Yeah,
It's just like
yeah.
an extra bit of change it was for me.
Yeah.
But no, I just feel like I'm very, I feel
You're
like I've
quite
done a good job.
transparent
Yeah.
on it.
Yeah, I've done a good
Okay.
job at letting people know that, I mean, it's up to you.
Yeah,
It's your
yeah.
decision.
Wow. Okay, so take me through the surgery. Like, was it painful? Were you by
Yeah.
yourself?
Yeah, so I went by myself. I lied to my parents. Yeah, so I
Why
told
did they
my,
think you
yeah,
were?
so my
Oh my
mom,
gosh.
no, so my mom basically, I told her about it before.
Yeah.
It scared the hell out of her. At first she was acting like it was okay, and then I think like a week before I was about to go, she was like, no, she doesn't want me to go anymore.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm not wasting my money. So I lied that I had to go to England anyways, because I don't think there was a direct flight from Ireland to Turkey, so I had to go to the UK anyways.
Yeah.
So I just told her I was gonna stay with a friend, and then and go see my friends, and then no, I think my sister was still in the UK, so I think I said I was just gonna stay and hang out with my sister.
Yeah.
And then I went to Turkey, but she kind of knew though, because I felt bad, because what happened was on the day of the surgery, I was like, oh, before like I go into surgery, I should probably call her to let her know that I'm actually here.
Yeah.
So I called her and I was just like, hey, and she goes, you went, didn't you? I was just like, yeah. She goes, what else can I do? Let's just pray. And
Oh,
stuff. So she prayed on
really?
the phone with me, and then
Oh, bless.
I know. And then when I came back, I woke up and she was the first person I called, but I was in a lot of pain. Like
Yeah.
like it felt like something has been taped. Like I felt it, and then they showed me the stomach as well. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I have a picture of it. It's disgusting, so I'm not gonna put in the views. But it smelled bad as well.
Oh my god! Wait, so they just kept it to show you?
No, I think they want. I think it's like a psychological thing.
Okay.
I think if you physically can see that you're not gonna like, you feel the departure. You know what I mean? I don't know, like, because
Oh.
I think it's a choice thing as well. But I do think they do it to show you that, like, no, there's actually been something taken out.
That's so crazy.
And also as well, there's some clinics that are dodgy, like, and maybe they'll take your organs if you don't do your research with them. So it's like, maybe they do that to show you that it's actually your stomach as well. Like, I think I wouldn't be surprised if there's.
It's
like,
true, because organ harvesting is a thing.
So I wouldn't be surprised if they do it for just like legal reasons as well.
Wow. Oh my gosh. Do you know what it is? I'm like such a big Grey's Anatomy fan. So like that's why I'm just like, wow, they actually showed it to you, because in Grey's Anatomy they never show you.
Yeah, and it smells, guys. Your stomach smells. Which makes sense.
Oh
So
my
much goes in. Yeah,
gosh.
it smelled really bad. I was like, oh.
And were
get
you by
that.
yourself? Did you go with your sister?
No, I went by myself. Wow. Yeah, I went by myself. Would I advise other people to go by themselves? Probably not. I was okay.
Yeah.
But I have a very bad habit of that in general. I do a lot of things by myself.
You just get up and go.
Yeah, I'm very
You're not
like
waiting
independent
around.
in that way, which is
Right.
bad, because there are some things that you should definitely
go
involve
somewhere.
people. So
Yeah.
I think if I could go back, maybe I would have brought someone, but again, it was okay for myself personally.
Wow. So throughout that process, like of you coming to the UK, getting there by yourself, doing the surgery, and like you're starting recovery. What was that like mentally? Like what kind of things? How was your mental space? Like, because I can understand, in my mind, I can imagine being really excited because like you really want something and now you've done it. But then I also know like there's other sides to it. There's all types of emotions. You're in pain. What were you thinking?
I was happy.
Really?
I said I will finally be slim, guys. I said, God, thank you. Because if you knew I was struggling the way I struggled that way, like I've struggled. I'm someone that I've been so body cautious since I was 11, 10 years old. So for me, it felt like a finally moment.
Right.
Like finally, I'm going to be like the way I want to look in a
Yeah.
way. Like, but also as well, even the health reasons. Like, it was really bad. My health got really bad for me before I got the surgery. Towards the
Okay.
end of that, because I developed sleep apnea.
Okay.
I could not sleep at night, and I almost was like gonna get diabetes. Like my neck went black.
Wow.
Yeah, and I was struggling with breathing a lot. Like it was really bad.
Wow.
So I felt like, wow, I'm gonna be healthy. I'm able to move, because I always felt like with me, there's so many things I liked to do, and I
Right.
couldn't feel like I could physically do it. I
Okay.
couldn't physically go to the gym. I couldn't feel like I could physically like dance and
Right.
all this type of movement as a child you want
Yeah.
to do. Like I've always
Yeah.
felt like the biggest in the class, biggest in
Yeah.
school, biggest in
Yeah.
church. Like, so to me it was just like finally, like
Yeah.
I'm a which is also bad too, because guys, it's not finally at all. It doesn't end there. But for me, that was what my mindset
But at
was
the
at the time.
time,
Yeah.
I can really imagine that, because I think one thing I've noticed a theme, even with the people that have come on the pod and they've done, whether they've done it naturally or they've gone under the knife, that finally moment hits everybody, and
Yeah.
everybody literally, like, you feel like you're at the peak of the mountain. Like, whether you've lost 20 kilos, whether you've had a gastric sleeve, you just have that finally moment, and then you realize that that finally moment doesn't last forever, because there's still that maintenance of it. Or I think even the goalpost moves. Like,
Yeah.
I remember when I like lost. I think when I initially lost weight, I lost 20 kilos, and I think if I was to go back to that now, I'd be so happy. But at the time, I was still like, okay, I still need to lose this. I still need.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So it was like it was like a finally, but we're still driving.
Yeah.
We're still
Yeah.
going.
Yeah.
Do you know
Yeah.
what I mean?
100%.
So I've noticed that theme of that high essentially. But yeah, so talk to me about recovery then. So how long did you have recovery in Turkey?
No, I came back to the UK,
After
and
how
then
long?
yeah, it wasn't long. It was like 4 days.
Okay.
I wasn't there long at all. So if anyone actually knows who I am and they know me, they've watched my YouTube, they will know I did this very silly thing. And the next day after surgery, I forgot that I got the surgery. So I went to Burger King and I tried to eat a burger.
Oh my gosh.
When I say I vomited all over the place,
In
like in
Burger
Burger
King.
King, yep. I had to lie and say it's food poisoning, so they can give me my money back.
What?
That was very cheap of me, but
Oh,
it was like to give me my money back. Yeah, like I had to lie and say it was food poisoning, like very silly, and never ever ever do that, because I could have actually put myself back in hospital. Because you like I was literally, I think my nah, I was just lucky, because a lot of people
Yeah.
can be hospitalized for that. Yeah, I tried to eat a burger and it just, but that was what it was. Anytime I would overeat, because you're not meant to eat solids for like a good couple
Yeah,
of
I
weeks.
remember Gab said that she was on like purified
Yeah,
food,
that one
pureed
she
food.
did everything right. That's who
Okay.
you should follow.
Okay.
I didn't do that one right at all. Like I too defo, my mind defo was thinking like, just do what you want, which I quickly learned my lesson. So yeah, I vomited everywhere. Anytime I would take something in general that wasn't right, or I would overeat or whatever, I would vomit. I was vomiting for like a good 6 7 months. Yeah,
What?
and you have to be so careful with that, because that's where you can develop bulimia.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Do you know what I
yeah,
mean? So
yeah.
you shouldn't be doing that.
Vomiting for six
Yeah.
months. And was it every meal, or like at least every day, or?
Yeah, like it was kind of hard, because even when I would want to eat or go out, I would always have to get either takeaway, or I'd have to get kids meals, or I just have to always just accept I'm not finishing the food, because if I eat one bite over, I am vomiting.
So is it also, because obviously I can obviously a Burger King is processed food. So would it be the same if you were eating like whole foods?
Yeah,
Also,
yeah,
whatever
just
you eat.
yeah, wherever you eat, you can't overeat, because your belly is so small. It's like a child. Like I'm
Wow.
eating the same amount as like a 4 year old.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
was
yeah,
really
yeah, yeah.
small. It was really
Wow.
small. So if I
But
was
your
to go,
brain is still hungry.
yes, it's weird, but it's not because it's really hungry. It's because it's when you're eating bad and all these things in general. Something I have noticed is everything's routine. So you're just routinely.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? You just think, okay, I have to eat this amount because I always eat this amount. I have to eat this bad chocolate because I always eat this bad chocolate. But that's why they really want you to do the whole detox. There's a reason they do things. So definitely listen to the doctor, guys. They know what they're talking about. Like, don't do ice cream. But I was younger as well, and this is why like there's a level of maturity as well you have to
Yeah,
have. When
yeah.
Gabby did it, she was older,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
Debbie was older as well.
How old were you when you did it?
That's actually a good question. I was 20.
You was 20.
I was 20.
You're a
Yeah, I was
baby.
20 when I did it, and I was just about to be 21. Yeah,
Wow.
so I did it really young.
Question. Did they did they take you through any like sort of assessment for this because of your age? Like, was that a thing for them?
The thing is, there are kids even with the NHS that can get gastric sleeves.
When you say kids, you talk about under 18.
No, like 18.
Okay.
Under 18, they will put you probably on weight management.
Okay.
But like it is like a thing where you can get it like with NHS
Wow.
after a certain weight.
Okay, right.
General. So it's like the thing with they kind of factor in more of the weight. I was really heavy, like 123 kg was like, yeah, for my height as well.
Yeah.
It was like, no, like I'm assuming with the age it was probably that too, but it was just all too much for my age.
Yeah.
I think if I was like maybe 17, they'll probably say no. If I was 18, they'll probably say no. But like one thing I would say is I feel like Clinic Up had that rep of like they were just doing anything. But for me personally, they did screen. They
Okay.
were not playing. Like even when you get there and you have to do all these checks and
Yeah.
you have the ECG, you have to make sure you can take.
Okay, they do
They
ECG and
they
stuff.
do it
They do the
properly.
proper like
And if
vitals.
you fail anything,
Yeah.
you are they. I remember there was a girl there and they didn't do the surgery on her.
Okay.
Yeah, they
Wow.
didn't do it. Like they were very strict on
Yeah.
like what you could pass and what you didn't pass. So you had to make sure you passed everything.
20.
Yeah, I was 20, so
And you went by yourself,
I know. To
LA.
be honest,
Oh
looking
my
back, guys,
gosh.
I don't do that.
20.
Don't do that.
Oh my
Don't do that.
gosh. Okay, so you've come back to the UK now. You're 6 7 months. You're vomiting. So what things are you eating then? Or I guess you're eating, but you're just vomiting. So
Yeah. So I started doing it properly because I was like, clearly my body. Like, I was like, so I was just having a lot of like soft stuff. But one thing I will say is like, I'm not saying people should do this. I'm just saying for myself. I don't really regret forcing myself a little more trying to eat only because I think I would have gotten too small. I think I would have been too tiny because a lot of people end up being really tiny. And for me it was very important that I kind of maintained as much muscle mass as I had.
okay.
Which is why they really want you to take a lot of protein. Like there's types of
Okay.
shakes, but it's very
Right.
specific shakes. You can't just
Okay.
buy the ones online because of your reaction. There's a specific, but it tastes disgusting. Like
Oh, were you on stuff like Ensure and things like that?
I'm not sure what that
No.
is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There's like a protein thing. I was
It
wondering.
could have been.
Yeah.
There was like very particular things,
Yeah.
and then they give it to you to bring back to the UK to be
Oh,
on.
okay. Oh,
Yeah.
they give you a supply.
Yeah, they give
Oh,
you a
none of this
supply.
comes to that 3K.
Yes, yes. That's what I said. A lot came with it. It was actually good money. Like it was actually like decent. It's probably more now, to be honest, because back then it was way cheaper.
Yeah. Yeah. With
It would probably be
inflation.
more. Yeah, it would be
Yeah.
more now. But at the time, like there was a lot. Like the only thing you had to really pattern was what was it that it didn't include?
Probably flights.
Your flights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Your flights. And because I went by myself, I booked this woman and her name was Surgery Savior.
Surgery Savior.
Yes, I don't know if she still operates, but I think she would. But very smart, a black woman. She made her own business for people who go and do surgery by themselves, and she's basically your a company.
Oh.
So you just hire her. She'll get what you need.
Okay.
She'll basically be there. So if you can't move and stuff, she'll get. So she got a lot of things for me.
Oh, I thought you meant your surgeon was called
Yeah,
Surgery
no,
Savior. I
no,
thought, what a name.
No, I hired this woman. Her name is called Surgery
okay, so it's
Savior.
like the like support.
Yeah, support.
Post-
So yeah, because I should have mentioned that because I went alone, I hired her.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. And then, so when you're now back in the UK, and you're trying to, I guess, this process of your brain wanting more, but you kind of not being able to hold more down. How did you then get through that over those 6
It was
months?
really depressing, and that's why when people message me, the girls that have got it and they message me, I'm literally like, this is all part of it. Like you feel really crap. You actually really feel really down because it's like you want to eat, you can't eat. When you do eat, it doesn't feel good. It doesn't stop for like until 9 months, and that's when the regaining can start happening because it's now slowed down.
Okay.
Do you get what I mean?
Okay,
That's
because
when
now you can eat more.
Now you can eat
so
more.
you can actually put
yes,
on.
yes.
Right.
And you can easily gain weight from just liquid calories. A lot of people don't realize that. Like I didn't gain from physically eating. I gained a lot of weight back because of liquid calories, because of snacking, because of Coke. Oh, Coke.
Okay.
Like all of that stuff. That's what happened. But it was a really hard thing. You kind of just have to go through with it.
Okay.
You just have to it kind of just balances out, but
yeah.
you do feel bad.
And I've had like a guest come here, Evie, shout out Evie if she's listening. She spoke about food noise, and I thought it was a really interesting topic because I think that is sometimes one of the things that essentially it's the thing that keeps you going back for more, really and truly. It's just the noise you keep hearing in your head about food or the hunger pangs or whatever. How did you navigate that? Did the food noise go when you had the surgery?
No, the food noise doesn't go. That's one thing I will say is like, it kind of does and it kind of doesn't. And something I realized as well, ever since that, I still can't intake water as much as I don't know if it's just because I'm not a big water person. Like obviously I have to drink because I have to drink it, but I don't know if that's just that. But I still now like eat quite somehow.
Yeah.
But how with the whole food noise thing, I think for me physically, because I would vomit when I ate too much, I think my body would just know you don't want to vomit.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's kind of regardless how I'm feeling. I didn't want to put my body because guys, the vomiting is painful. Like
yeah, because it's your stomach,
like
and then you don't even have a full stomach.
Yeah, like you feel it going up your throat. you feel your tummy
Ooh.
tight. So when you know the physical pain of that, you kind of trains you that you don't want to do that to yourself. So you
Okay.
get mindful, which, and I guess in a way it's kind of like a form of punishment in a way. So it's kind of like not to eat too much, and then you get used to it, and then the food knows goes. But again, like, I'm talking from a perspective of someone who did not do it as I was instructed to.
Right.
So I could be
Okay.
that maybe if you're instructed properly, it would be like managed better. Do you know
Yeah.
what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm
Yeah.
just being honest
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
I feel like
Yeah.
a lot of people, they do it. If let's say they don't, they will be so embarrassed that they didn't. And then a lot of people are in these situations where
Yeah.
they are really struggling and
Yeah.
they don't know how to navigate it.
Yeah. No, I agree, and I think it's good. It's good to be honest about it because, like you said, not everyone expect. Especially you're 20 as well. Like when you're 20, it's just vibes. Do you know what I mean? You're not expected to now be vomiting for
Yeah,
6 months
no.
because you didn't
I was
follow one
thinking I was gonna be
instruction.
slim, guys.
Yeah,
That's all I was thinking about. I was thinking, yeah, man, I'm gonna be slim. My body's gonna be set good, and I'm gonna
yeah,
stop. I'm gonna sleep well now.
yeah.
That's what all I was thinking about.
And talk to me about the whole being slim thing. So is it something you said obviously since you were like 10 or 11, that was always something you were always like the bigger person you said. So talk to me about that. Was that like school times
Yeah,
and
so I had a really weird relationship with my body. Um, my relationship with my body wasn't really healed until like when I started losing this weight again. So
okay.
maybe like 6 months. So it's literally just been a year since I've
Okay.
accepted how
Wow.
my body is, and it's because of like I had to kind of do a lot of like inner work to be like, why is it that I feel this way? And then I think it goes as far as like I always felt like my body derived too much attention.
Okay.
So I didn't like how I could just I didn't like attention the way it may come across. I don't
Okay.
really like it as much.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I think for me, I felt like if I'm skinny, it means I could be afforded to be anonymous. That's how I
Ah.
felt.
Wow.
So, and it comes from as far as like I don't want to get too deep into it, but like it goes as far as like when I was 10, like I've always been a very curvy child, and I would hear aunties say things like I should stay away because their husbands were looking at me, and I'm like 10,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it's not like,
Yeah.
oh, your husband's a bit of a creep,
Yeah. Yeah.
but it's more so
Yeah.
like I'm the problem because of how I'm naturally shaped, right?
Right.
So I think I naturally internalized that as, okay, your body's an issue. It causes too much attention. It causes too much of a problem. So the best way is to be skinny. And then obviously there's a lot going on social media, and then I would do the most trying to like get a thigh gap. Like I remember being outside. I was really young, like 13. You can't go to the gym, and I would be running up and down the estate trying to lose weight because I
Really.
just didn't like the type of attention. So
Wow.
it didn't really like fix until like even when I was started going originally like to the gym and
Yeah.
stuff. There was like a certain people in my mind like a Tiana Taylor. I wanted to be so slim like her, like,
Right. Yeah.
and then it wasn't until like one of my best friends was just like, you can't look like that. I was like, what do you mean? She's like, I literally asked her, what do you mean? She goes, you're not joking. You're joking, right? I was like, no, like she goes, no, that's not how your body's set up. And I was heartbroken. I was like, what you mean? Like, what
Wow.
you mean? And then when I looked at the body, because I was just like, you know what, like maybe I just need to accept it because clearly it's not going anywhere. And I felt like, yeah, it may cause a lot of attention, but at the same time, I felt like maybe before it was because I felt like my autonomy was being removed a bit. But so when I had to kind of change it into like, even if it does or it doesn't, I can decide what I accept.
Right.
So once I kind of changed my mindset to be like, it causes attention. Yeah, I cause attention. But I don't have to accept any weirdness. I don't have to accept if someone's weird towards me or they're jealous or they cause digs of ABC. I don't have to do any of that. Like,
Yeah.
so once I accepted the body type, I noticed the way it was going, but it was going
Okay.
for the right reason. I didn't realize how much of that was like holding
Okay.
on. Like, it's weird. It's
Right.
weird. Like, because people think like with weight, it's just like eating right and stuff, but no one actually explains the psychology, like the spiritualness about them behind it. Like, you do need to let go of stress, and that stress on putting my body so much pressure to like
Yeah.
be
Yeah.
skinny
Yeah.
was making it be
Harder
harder.
to lose
Yeah,
weight.
so now
Yeah.
I'm like, I embrace it now. I embrace my body type. I
That's so
I
good.
build muscle now. I don't mind my legs looking big. I don't mind that the nyash is big. I don't mind. Do you get? I don't mind anymore because now it's just like it is what it is.
Yeah.
That's my body type, and ever since then, like it's weird. Like it's weird because like your reality, what you think actually shapes your reality,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
now I feel like people are even less weird now that I'm not as subconscious.
Right,
It's weird.
absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think when you're so self-conscious about your body, you just feel like everybody is like
Yeah,
staring at
yeah,
it, and then
yeah.
you kind of when you wake up and realize like, okay, yeah, some people might, but then they don't go on their whole day thinking about it. You
Yeah.
kind of just can just live and just be.
Yeah, like you just can't. control that. And I think when I realized that I'm in control of how I can feel, because you know it is like what people don't discuss is like when you're in uni and stuff. Because I went to uni almost big, but then I went to Nigeria for 3 months before uni when I was 17, because I started undergrad at 17, and
Okay.
I dropped a lot of weight on the
Yeah.
holiday because obviously you're eating better. So I came to like uni kind of like slim thick in a way, and again like there was a lot of tension. But when I would overhear the guys say things like they wouldn't wife a girl who was thicker. They would only want her for a good time, or and then maybe the slimmer girls they would take serious. So when you hear things like that, even though I didn't care about them dating me, you do internalize it that like, okay, maybe this is what all the
Yeah.
guys think.
Yeah.
They don't want they don't want a thick girl because they feel like they can't take her serious. So when I started just internalizing that, and that's where like it was like a compound of like issues. But now I'm just like, you know what, like I don't have to feel anything. Feelings are kind of choices as well. Just because
Yeah.
even if you think that even now in 2025 you think that you can't take me serious because I'm a bigger girl, then that is your problem, not mine.
Talk
That
about
is your
it.
issue.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. And I think that's the, do you know what it is? I think it's really good that you're shedding light on this, because I think that is the reality of some of our beliefs. Like we try to act like, they're just things that we're holding on to,
Yeah.
but there's like little seeds that are planted, and you can kind of like locate when that happened. Like, oh, when I was 12, when you're in uni,
Yeah.
like you can pinpoint certain moments in your life where a comment was made, and it might have been a fleeting comment, but you held on to it, and you
Yeah.
don't even realize how much that shapes the way, the way you view your body, the way you date, the way you, like, there's just so many things. And when you finally then take a hold of it, and you're like, no, I'm not actually going to believe this anymore.
Yeah.
And then you could just breathe.
Literally, and it was really important for me to share that because I feel like a lot of girls who are bigger, they do understand exactly what I'm saying. It's like being a constant object is really exhausting. It can be
Yeah.
so exhausting. Like I just want to exist. Like, do you know what I
Yeah, you
mean?
just want to
And it's been
be.
like that since I was young.
Yeah.
And it's not even like a race thing
Yeah,
as well.
yeah.
It's like with everybody.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's like even in uni, I was in the all girls school with I was the only one of the 4 black people, and even that like the boys in the boys' school they would nickname me Nicki Minaj. Bear in mind I
Okay.
look nothing like her, but it's just because of body.
Yeah, yeah,
And it's just like
yeah.
every single time, it's like I just want to just be in the background,
Right,
be
yeah.
quiet, be in the background, or even if I didn't want to be in the background, sometimes I just wanted to be known for being like fun, like
Yeah,
being
yeah,
a
yeah.
great
Not
friend,
because of your
funny,
body.
not because of body. It was just a lot for me, and
Yeah.
but now I'm just very much like, and what? But I'll be honest, that also was my best friend. Also really help heal that with me as
That's
well.
so good.
Yeah, so shout out to Kachi, like she really helped me with that because I remember I used to cry to her about. I'm just like, bro, like it's just too much.
Yeah.
Like why is it that I can't just walk
Yeah.
without a comment?
Yeah.
And she was just like, girl, own it. You're like, she was like, own it. Who fam?
It's
She's like, own
true.
it. Like you don't have to accept it. Like you don't have. You could be like, alright, cool, and you know you're it, and keep it stepping. Like how do you think all these other big people feel? And I'm just like, when she deep, I was like, that's actually so true because I bet you Beyonce probably felt like
Yeah.
like felt weird in her peaks time when she's walking and people are just seeing the celebrity and stuff. Not saying I am, but you never know. But you never know. But you get my point though. Like yeah.
And that's really interesting because it sounds like you were trying to move away from, I guess, being thicker
Yes.
and being slim, but then like we are also currently in a generation where people are trying to move towards being thicker. So like
I never understood that.
how did you, during that season, let's say like around the Nicki Minaj era up until like, I guess it was like mid 2010s kind of thing, how did you internalize that you're watching everybody trying to get thick and you're trying to come out of being
guys
thick?
I was angry actually because the same people trying to be thick were the people calling us somehow.
Right.
So for me it was like audacity. But the thing is, what a lot of women didn't understand is them trying to be thick is because of male gaze, right? But they don't realize that the attention doesn't equal respect, right? Attention doesn't mean you're valued. They just wanted attention because they want to be sexualized. They want to feel like, or when it comes to the next woman, they're better than the next woman. When you actually deep it and you realize why someone is giving this person a type of attention, it's easier to just kind of try and detach from it. So when women were trying to like become thick and stuff, it's like, why are you trying to do Olympics of being called the more sexy one when they don't like you anyways?
Right.
It to me was just like,
yeah,
what's the point?
Yeah.
Like I would rather just not deal with that because I think especially like when you grow up thick and stuff, it was never because they found you. If they did, like, it wasn't because of all that. It was just literally like, I want to have sex with you.
Yeah.
I don't see what's flattering about that. Me personally, I've never understood what was flattering about that. Or look at my ass. And the thing with me as well is I hated that type of attention in general, like even from women. Because sometimes I'll be at parties and sometimes the women will just slap your bum. And it actually used to irritate me because it's just like,
Really?
but a lot of women think it's okay.
Right, okay.
They think
Got
it's
you.
okay because we're girls. And it's
Right.
like, no,
No, don't touch my
no, don't
mouth.
touch me. And I'll make you. I look at you, and I make you uncomfortable. Now we're both uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Now we're both uncomfortable. So it really irritated me when a lot
Yeah.
of girls were trying to be tick, because I felt like everyone could do what they want with their body, but we all know you're only doing that because you just want to be sexualized. I'm just like, why are you gonna do that to yourself at the same
Right.
time?
Yeah.
But now how I look at it, I think they're all trying to be slim. If you want to be slim, that's fine too. I just think it's weird that they try and dig at other women when they do it. I think
Yeah.
everyone could do what they want. I don't have an issue with that. You
Yeah.
definitely do what you want. I think for me now, how I've spin it to help with my self-esteem is, yes, my body may garner much attention. Yes, I may be a very attractive woman. However, with the right guy, that's gonna be something they're gonna be like, yeah, my girl is it. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
All these, like, because when you're very like on that scale, a lot of guys are trying to either compete for some weird reason, as if we'll have nyash. They're trying to humble
Don't
you,
finish me.
humble you, neg you. They're trying to make you feel like you're not that. And for me, I have very low to no tolerance with men who try and make me feel less than. Like, you will be like this. Like, I notice it very quickly. So now I'm just like, you know what? It's actually low key good, because now you don't have to pretend. That's another thing. Sorry guys, I think I have ADHD. I just be jumbling. But something I've also noticed is that when you're thicker, you get the worst side of men first.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
And this is why I liked.
That's a really interesting comment.
Yes, yeah. So you get the worst side. So when I have discussions with my slim friends, they get the pretenders. They'll get the guys who act like everything's wifey. They want serious relationship. They'll do the whole everything. And yes, I can get that too. But my one is the guys will do that, but they'll quickly show their intentions.
Okay.
Because they're so with no sexual discipline,
Right,
so much,
hungry.
so hungry that they think your
Okay.
body warrants rubbish.
Okay.
My existence warrants nonsense. So they'll say to you like, they'll imply like, let cut to the chase. They'll make it very clear that they want to be here sexually. Whereas I notice with the women who are a bit more slim, they'll play the longer game.
Okay.
So you get you get the mean side of men first. And in a way, I used to be really pissed off about that, because it's just like, why you can't even pretend? But in a way, it's like, that's good. Why do we want the pretenders?
Yeah.
Why do we want the pretenders? And I'm happy, because it's like, okay, now I won't even be attached. I'm like, cool.
And do you experience both sides? Because obviously you said you were thicker and now you're slimmer. So do you feel like you've also experienced the two different types of guys?
I feel like for me, it still leans more into, like, I think, guys, I know I keep talking. You need to check my Instagram. I'm not meant to toot my horn, but the body, yeah. So I just think for me, it's like I'll have
Talk your things, girl.
It's not a situation where, like, I'll be asked out, I'll go on dates, they'll do that, but I do not get guys who pretend. They will always show themselves in one way or another. And I know some guys will definitely watch this, because I guess flipping stalkers, and they will try and be figuring out how they can do it. I will easily tell. Like, I don't even need to. I can easily tell. And they always will do something, and they cannot control themselves. They cannot. They're too excited. Especially in this day and age where, like, they feel like they can get women like this, and then a lot of guys don't want to pretend. They don't care to pretend anymore. They don't care to pretend. So they like the women. Sometimes they like the women who are very, like, traditional, and that's another thing with me, is I'm not traditional in that sense. Like, I'm very I'm free spirited in the sense of I don't know, like, I just be vibing. Do you know what I mean? And then with other women, it's like traditional job, traditional career path, and like, you look like I can give to your mom. And so I'm an artist. A lot of times they don't like that, which is fine. Not a cup of tea for everyone. But I think when you look at, like, different things like that, it adds up, and you're just like, whatever. So yeah, and plus with me, I'm very good at questions.
Okay.
I'm very good at questions.
Okay.
So there's a way I'll ask stuff, and even if you don't say something, the way you would respond to my question,
right,
I'll be like, okay, you're not serious.
Could you give the girls who are watching
an example?
Mm-hmm.
So there was one time I went out with this guy. For those who are into star signs, Pisces, he was very, like, acted normal. Like, you wouldn't think that he was, like, unserious, but based on the things that he was acting like and the things that he said he liked, I just felt like I wasn't the type of woman he would take serious.
Okay.
And not in a weird way, in a way of, like, I don't think we'd be compatible.
Okay.
And I literally said to him, like, are you comfortable with the fact that, like, I do music?
Yeah.
Are you comfortable with that? And he goes, like, yeah, like, and I think I was like, are you sure? Like, because why are you talking to me? Like, what's your reason for talking to me? And he's just like, oh, like, he was just trying to downplay it. Then I noticed after a few days he just kind of ghosted, which is fine. Bye. And then but I met him through my friend. So my friend must have been like, oh, like how's it going with him, and she must have asked him how's it going with me, and he was like, oh, we don't talk about it. And my friend was just like, why did you just ghost her? I didn't really like that she did that because I really don't care if you ghost me. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? I didn't really care, but she was more angry for herself because like, you were begging me to talk to my friend, and now you've ghosted.
Yeah.
So he came back to do an apology streak of like, oh, he's so sorry for ghosting, but he has this really bad habit of trying to change women. So that's another thing is I attract a lot of guys who they see me as like, I'm going to try and change her.
To change you to what?
Mrs. Mother Teresa, none.
Wow.
I've never been about that. I'm very like, I think I'm very independent thinker.
Wow.
And I think when you're very like someone who's just very friendly and you get on, they think you're easily manipulated. So there is things guys will say like, just always, sometimes as well as not what they say, is how you feel. And I had to like learn that too, that it doesn't matter if they're saying all the right things. If I feel like isn't gonna work, then I just need to rely on that. You know, there's guys, because guys talk, they'll tell you that they have great self-control, they respect you, but they slapped your nyash when you walked out the door. That's not someone that has the control that they're saying. So it's like this and this needs to be very like, so that's something I've definitely learned. And I think for me it's like a lot of women, I could be wrong, but from what I've experienced from talking to guys, a lot of women are too scared to ask questions because they don't want to look like they're digging deep, or they're like they're too nosy, or they don't want to hear something they don't want to hear, kind of thing. With me, I'm okay with being uncomfortable. So to me, I'll ask very serious questions like, so what's something you feel like you've learned in the past like 5 months? When was the last time you said sorry? You know, how do you handle
I literally asked that question the other day. Was the last time you said sorry? It's a good one.
How do you handle rejection? How do you handle criticism? What's your preferred way of receiving feedback? Like little things like that. Why do you feel like you could have done anything better in your last relationship? Like these are things I'll ask. But the problem is that I ask these questions in general, right? But sometimes with guys, especially the ones that are unserious, no, you know what? Scrap that. Guys who are unserious, when you ask these questions, they'll run away, and you want that. If a man's actually serious, there's those questions. They'll answer it, and they'll even appreciate that you care enough for your own self to ask. Sorry, any man that's okay with you not saying anything about yourself does not respect your thing at all. They don't even want to hear from you. Like, they don't want you asking these questions, because someone who's serious, even with me, if a man's asking me serious questions, like, wow, you take yourself so serious, you want to vet me. We all know we're vetting each other. So why is it that you're okay with me not asking you anything? It's because you're hiding something. You're hiding, either you're hiding something bad or you're hiding your intentions, whatever. It doesn't matter. I don't care. So once I realized that thanks to also my best friend, is that when I realized I can't control, because that used to be a control thing for me.
Could you talk to that people please? Because I just think that's such a, I haven't had anyone actually verbalize it in that way, but that's actually what it is. It is
so how I got over people pleasing is, I had this friend that was weird, and she was someone that never went out her way for me. But I'm happy that I had someone like that in my life, because I started doing it back. When I realized I have the choice too to actually not do what people want, it just clicked. Because I would always do everything to make everyone comfortable, especially when you're bigger. You kind of feel like when people are your friend or your date, subconsciously, I'm not saying you're actually thinking this, but subconsciously you feel like they're doing you a favor. I had to remind myself, I'm not a circus. I'm not here to entertain people. I'm here to be myself. I had a lot of issues with that in uni, and I was bullied really, really badly because I was just with the wrong crowd, the wrong people, and because they look like, I felt like subconsciously they were doing me a favor by being my friend, I was just tolerating a lot of nonsense. And then when I realized that it wasn't doing me anything, it was just being disrespected, I just took it into my own hands. Like, I even got to a point that one friend, I had to, she wasn't my friend, to be honest, so, because I would never do that, but with this one person, she really crossed my boundaries to a point that me and her had to physically fight. In uni. And then my other best friend was like back in, but anyways, like we had to physically fight. I don't condone violence. It was my guys, I don't like fight. Like, I think it's so classless, respectfully. But it took me having to like physically fight someone for her to like leave me alone. So when I realized that, okay, what you dish, I can also dish, as it came easier in that way. When I had certain friends like not go out of the way for me, and then I just returned it. I feel like how you can kind of get over it is you kind of have to, I'm not saying it's great advice. It could actually be very toxic, but you have to also just say no as well. You have to honestly, it's like you have to do it before you're comfortable. That's what I would say. So if you know there's somewhere you don't want to go, there's people you don't want to hang out with, just say no.
Yeah, and I think that's like, I think that's like boundaries 101. I think, essentially when you don't have boundaries, you're like being as a yes man to everyone and everything. Like it could be something that people are telling you is a good idea, but if in your heart of hearts you don't believe it's a good idea, then it's in your best interest to not follow through with that. And I think that's people struggle to say no. But I think, like you said before, when you have been the bigger person, you just want people to like you just because you're already thinking people are not going to like you because you're big, because the world kind of tells you people are not going to like you because you're big, and then you kind of think, oh, I've got to do this thing because this person, I want to keep them around, and then you realize, like you said, oh, it doesn't, I don't have to do that.
Yeah, and it kind of just falls apart by itself anyways. So once you
Yeah,
realize,
yeah,
so when you kind of get
eventually.
in the mindset of like, oh, like this fell through and I was doing the most anyways, it's
Yeah, it's
like,
like,
let
yeah,
me just start being selfish. So now
yeah.
I'm very like, I'm really good with my capacity now.
Okay,
So,
good.
but if I can't do something, I'll do something else. For example, if I can't go to my friend's birthday, I'll buy them a present.
Yeah, yeah. I actually get what you mean. Like, you can't make it, I'll take it out for lunch next
Yes,
week. You
yes.
just find a way.
Yeah, you don't have to be rude about it, especially
Yeah,
to people that you care about.
yeah,
Like, that's what I'm just saying, like, with the previous examples I was giving, those were people that are evidently very disrespectful to me.
yeah.
And I feel like people need to know that also you can match the level of disrespect. So when people know that about you, that don't play with you, they actually respect. And that's one thing I've realized as well, with even with people pleasing and boundaries and stuff, you really, when that cliche saying of you teach people how to treat you is completely accurate, very very accurate. I
Yeah.
think for me, after that, I made it very clear to everyone in my life that, and also in their life, like we all here in each other's life
Yeah.
as a choice.
Yeah, yeah,
No
yeah,
one
yeah,
has
yeah.
to be here.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? No one, it's not by force.
It's not
So
by
I think
force.
when people know that having being your friend and stuff is a form of choice,
Yeah.
there's a level of respect, and also just paying attention to who actually does respect you. If you feel like someone's disrespecting you, you don't have to be around them.
Yeah.
You don't have to tolerate things. So yeah, it's easier said than no. Just that's what I'm saying. It just comes with
Yeah.
practice. Really.
Yeah. And just to like bring this back to what you said at the beginning of this conversation, obviously you are in the music industry, and having it sounds like you've had a journey when it comes to your how you body image essentially. How does that impact your music and the way you interact with the music industry now?
So I actually did a TikTok on this slash reel, and I actually said that I lost 60 pounds to pursue my music career.
Okay.
And then I know that it might sound insane because it's like, how you losing weight for a career, but I think for me is I actually removed the body aspect of it. It was just health reasons.
Okay.
I think for me it was just more so I want to be a performer. So if I'm going to
Okay.
perform, I need to have enough stamina. I need to have enough quad strength
Yeah.
to be able to uphold myself, basically. So I felt like it was very important. Also, like with the type of music I make, I do make very, like, I guess, self-empowerment music.
Okay.
And I felt a bit of a hypocrite because I didn't like myself
When you're doing it.
when I was making certain songs.
Okay.
I'm here talking about you can be better, you can do better, you can feel how you want to feel and stuff. But I wasn't
You weren't
feeling
feeling that. Yeah.
right. So
Yeah.
I don't want to be a hypocrite in that
Yeah.
sense. I want to genuinely, the energy I give out, I want it to be genuine. So
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
yeah.
for me, it's like if I'm telling people to do the hard stuff, I should be able to do the hard stuff and tackle these things,
Yeah.
like these hard things.
Yeah.
So that's how it kind of impacted. There is a lot of pressure
Yeah.
as women, and I do think a lot of women in the industry don't like talking about it because they don't want to look fake for it. But the truth is, like, I don't think you're fake. I think it's just conditioned. And I think it's okay if you want to follow that condition.
Right.
Which is why I even decided to do my dissertation topic in the sexualization and the beauty expectations
Yeah.
of female artists in the music industry. When I do that, I feel like people might even have the expectation that I'm going to come out as Mother Teresa next week.
Okay, right.
By doing that. But that's not what it means. I think
Yeah.
for me, it was just to kind of demonstrate there are people who are doing it because they're being told to or they feel pressure to, and there are people who want to do it because they enjoy that as well. They enjoy
right.
that this is an aspect of their job.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's not a black and white thing.
Yeah.
It's not like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think for me personally, I don't mind the body image aspect.
Yeah.
Sometimes I really do because it's like, oh my gosh, is it by force?
Yeah.
But sometimes I don't mind too, just because I'm naturally like that anyway. So if it kind of works for the job, then
Okay.
it's like it's okay. It's like the same way, like if you go into, like, for those who are 9 to 5, like there's this saying in general, like, when in Rome you behave like a Roman, right? So like if you're in 9 to 5, there's a certain level there's a certain way you have to act if you want to be promoted. You're gonna have to go to all the after curricular activities with your team because they need to be familiar with you. You need to talk about things like the gym and their kids, stuff you might not actually care about. You need to, there's a way you have to carry yourself. But those are not the real, you. I
Yeah.
guess, I suppose, like, you're not always gonna, those are might be the parts that you might not enjoy, but you know it's gonna help you.
Yeah.
So I feel like a lot of people try and demonize women for, I guess, upholding the expectations, but I don't think it's a
Okay.
bad thing, because if you know a certain system works,
Yeah.
then why, and you know you can benefit off that,
Yeah.
why is that
A bad
why is
thing.
that a bad thing?
Mm.
Because if we're gonna attack it, then we need to attack the actual root of it, which is things like, obviously, and racism and fat phobia and like the people at the top, but people aren't going to tackle that, and this is centuries
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
issues now.
Yeah.
So it's like, in today's age, especially as a black woman, I don't blame women doing what they need to do to be successful.
And so with the over sexualization of the music industry, are you saying that because that's someone you're like that already, so this isn't like you're doing anything different for the music industry, or are you saying that you're playing the game
Yeah, no,
essentially?
I'm literally just myself. Like,
Okay.
I think for me, it's like genuinely, like for example, I love that example of Thames, like, and her not really playing into it, and she's successful.
Yeah, yeah,
Do you know what I
yeah.
mean? So, and then there's also women who have spoken about how proud they are, like someone like Amaray, who's spoken about her sexuality, and she loves owning that. So I think the reason I decided to do the topic and why I share it is because there are women who don't mind.
Yeah, yeah,
Like, it's kind of like a win-win
yeah,
for them.
yeah,
It's like, oh, I mean, I like doing it anyways, and if it helps my career, then even better.
okay, got
Um,
you.
but then it's, well, I think it's only gonna feel somehow if it's not
Yeah,
naturally
if
you.
it's not you.
Yeah.
And because I think the reason I ask is because you see it a lot. You know, like if we take it back to the time when Nicki and Cardi were beefing, for example, there's now the comparison of their bodies, what's natural, what's not, this and that, who's sexy, who, you know, it's, I think there's a competitive nature when it comes to women. You know, I think even in the UK, yeah, I feel like even in the UK, I mean, I didn't really listen to female rap like that, but I feel like it is just quite common in female artists. So do you feel like that's something that you are prepared for? Is it something that you feel like you're conscious of? Because, you know, girls like us who have been kind of battling body image for like years, that can be something that you also are mindful of going in, like, okay, am I set good, or kind of thing?
Yeah, that I think that's actually a good question, because I'll be honest, I haven't thought that much about it. But now that you've brought the question, I think that's why this journey I'm on, especially with before I launch my official rebrand, I'm really trying to get my mind right.
Yeah, that's
I'm
key.
really taking the
Yeah,
time to get my mind right.
yeah,
And I think for people, they only see the physicalness of me being in the gym, but I'm doing a lot of self work,
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah. That's
in terms of
good.
reading affirmations. Like, I am trying to get myself in a position where no one can tell me anything about myself.
Yeah,
And it's not easy
it's
when you're
not.
someone who's a high critic of yourself, but also people have been high critic of you growing up.
Yeah,
So I
yeah,
am someone that I'm not gonna come and be like, oh yeah, like I'm so ready, like no one can talk to you. No,
yeah,
right now,
yeah.
you might, if you say the wrong thing, it might hurt my feelings a little bit. But I am.
Because you're still a woman. I think that's the thing. I think even when I see, whether it's female rappers, singers, and everyone is saying, you know, I'm just gonna be bold and be me. I completely agree with that. But I think I just also still see us as women, like, we still have feelings and we're still soft and we still get vulnerable. Do you know what I mean? So I think it's so important that you're doing that work alongside, because even talk less of the music industry, any industry, even those in 9 to 5, your manager can just come in one day and just talk to you anyhow and
Yeah.
make you feel like you don't feel like you belong, you're supposed to be here. Do you know what I mean? So I think it's something as women we need to be really intentional with, because yeah, the world could really rock you.
Yeah, especially as black women, like you need. I am aware of that, and I need to, and I know that's why I need to be from, even when, and that's why I loved speaking to the artists
Oh,
from
for
my
your
dissertation
dissertation,
year, because it
yeah.
really gave me a good perspective from people in a higher level of me, what they're dealing with.
Yeah.
So to me, it's like there is gonna be people that don't think I'm good, that are gonna make me try and prove myself 1,000 times over, and especially as a dark skinned woman as well, like you know, with when colorism comes into play, it's like you're gonna have to really prove yourself. So I think for me, that's why it was so important that
Yeah.
not even just a physical rebound, but a mental rebound of like, I need to go in there. And that's why I love people like, wherever people's opinions are, them are, I don't really care. But I love someone like Naomi Campbell. Like, you can't tell her anything about herself. Like, I loved how, especially at a time in modeling where there was no one that looked like her like that,
Yeah.
she came in like, yeah, I know
Yeah.
what I'm gonna
Yeah.
bring. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like with Beyonce as well, she also came at a time where there wasn't much going on as well, and she really proved herself, and she's the biggest pop star in the world.
Yeah.
And that's not coming from luck, that's
Yeah.
from hard, that's from great self-belief. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I realized that, like, I'm, is I used to think based on statistics, like, oh, because I look this way, I might not. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
I might not be as successful as I want to
Yeah.
be.
Yeah.
But I think it was Oprah that said it, and I loved what she said
Yeah.
about statistics are meant to be changed.
True.
And when she
It's
said
true.
that, I was like, you know what? It's
Yeah,
facts.
that's
Because
true.
if someone like Doechii currently
Yeah.
felt like, oh, because people didn't look like her, would she's not going to do her career, we wouldn't
Yeah.
have a Doechii.
Yeah.
If we even take it to reality TV, India with
Yeah.
Dami,
Yeah.
India was the first person to go that far in
Yeah.
Love Island, and look at all the partnerships she
Yeah.
got from with
Yeah.
Prillo things, etc. Like, but imagine if she was like, oh, because I don't see dark skinned women on the TV
Yeah. It's
or
true.
black women on the TV, let me not do it. It's like you
Yeah.
can't let fear hold you back.
Yeah.
You just have to let grace. Like even with Thames is a thick woman,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
African woman.
Yeah. Proper African
Like
woman.
this is the odds were against her,
Yeah.
and the way she succeeded, like she was even till now, like she's doing crazy.
Yeah.
So I've just allowed that. You know what? It's okay to be scared, but as long as I do it,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
naturally things will kind of work out in my
Yeah.
favor. So
Yeah.
I'm just trying to get my mind right, and then I'm surrounding myself with people who will only speak life into me. Where's my mom,
Good.
my dad, my friends?
Yeah.
So I'm very intentional with creating that environment for
Yeah.
myself in that space.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's so beautiful. And I guess my last question, I was actually supposed to ask this before and I don't want to forget. You know how before you were saying it was like lockdown, you'd put on some weight and then you had the season where you're throwing up after the surgery. How did you, just for the people who maybe they haven't had the surgery, maybe they have, maybe they're thinking about it, I don't know. How do you overcome those eating habits? Because I guess that's the thing, right? Whether you do surgery or not, whether you go to the gym or not, like the eating habits, there's nothing that
No.
can override that. Do you know what I mean? And obviously, I know you said that you put on the weight after as well. How do you overcome that? Because that's
Yeah.
that's the hard stuff.
Yeah. So when I decided to gym and lose the 60 pounds, I guess naturally in a way, um, it was really difficult because I hadn't realized I haven't overcome my eating habits. Hence
Right.
why I gained the weight back.
Yeah.
So what I had to do was I had to think rather than less, I had to do more. I had to think more.
Okay.
So
Okay.
it means more walking,
Right.
more walking more rather than exercise more, but more walking,
Yeah.
more fiber, more protein.
Right.
As naturally as it was becoming like more like protein, more fiber, more fruits, I didn't really have as much appetite for the bad stuff
Okay.
as much.
Okay.
So I definitely focused more on just adding more things, and then
Okay.
naturally kind of subsided. I still need to work on cutting my sugar down
Yeah.
a
Oh,
little
that's
more.
what me. Sugar is the
I love
Sugar's
a
the one that,
chocolate.
girl,
I love a
you ain't gotta
chocolate.
tell me. Listen, I
I
love
love chocolate. So
chocolate. Is that's my weakness.
it's really
Don't
hard for
leave a
me.
chocolate bar around me.
Oh, fam, I'm still working on that because there are certain physical goals I'm trying to get to, and I do need to reduce it a lot more.
Yeah,
But again, like I'm just going back to what I did before, which is just walking more because I got a bit lazy with my walking.
yeah,
I live further now, so I can walk longer to the gym.
yeah.
So walking more. What am I doing right now? Just making sure I'm eating so much protein.
Yeah.
So much protein. Like today, I've only had that's bad, is like 2 little biscuits, and I'm pretty okay with that. Like I probably won't even eat anything bad. Like I feel quite satisfied.
Really? And that's you for the day?
No. Like,
Oh,
I've
just
had,
for
I'm
now.
good for no. I mean, in terms of bad stuff.
Oh, okay, okay,
Yes. So
got
I
you, got
had
you.
before the gym, I had a banana. After the gym, I had a 50 gram of protein shake
Oh, nice.
and 2 chicken sausages.
Okay.
And then I've come here and then obviously I had an orange.
Yeah.
And then I bite half of the brochet and then I had 2 biscuits. So when I get home, I'll probably just have like steak,
For like
sweet
dinner.
potato,
Yeah.
and some veggies.
Yeah.
And yeah, but it's kind of out of sight, out of mind too. Like you
Yeah.
have to like tell yourself when you're walking, be like, will this work? Will this help me?
Yeah.
And you have to be like, no, I'm literally physically force yourself out of that shop.
Yeah.
Yeah, it literally just takes that sometimes.
Yeah.
And luckily, where I live now is far from the shops.
So you actually.
So if I want to go and actually get chocolate, I have to walk a bit. So it's kind of like it balances out.
Balances it out.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. And what advice would you give to anyone that I guess has maybe experienced what you've experienced and has also put the weight back on? Because I think that's what I found really unique when we spoke on the phone, because people don't really talk about that part. And just to add to that, actually, I've actually been around a few people, or I'd say mutuals, who have gone through surgery and they put the weight back on, and then they experience shame for putting the weight back on. And as somebody that has experienced shame before, even though I haven't had the surgery, it's like, why is it we put ourselves through shame? Because as if we're the first people to lose weight and put it back on, and it's so common because weight is so if you meet me on the month of my period during the week of my
Yeah.
period, I'm a different
Yeah,
size.
yeah.
But then, like, if I'm over by 2 kilos, I'm like, oh my gosh, and I'm always talking about running. I'm always talking about this, and I've put on weight, and it's like, it's okay. It's actually okay. You
Yeah.
didn't die. It's fine.
I still experience shame. I can't lie, I'm the worst for that advice because when I did gain the half bag, I felt like crap. I was willing to get the surgery again.
Okay.
I was willing. I just felt like, oh, financially, that's gonna take a hit. That was
Right.
my mindset. Was like more so my financial was gonna take a hit. I wanted
Okay.
to get on what's this thing called Ozempic,
Okay.
and I got rejected.
Oh, okay.
So I was just like, oh,
Okay.
I have to do the gym now, don't I? I was like, oh, now I have to do the
Stop
gym.
it.
That's why when people come on this whole, yeah, you did it naturally. You go. I'm like, it wasn't by choice. Like it was an aftermath.
So if it was up to you, you would have just
Oh,
gone again.
I would have loved to, but honestly, like I'm happy it worked this way as well because I'm just like, okay, now I kind of know how to do it.
Yeah.
So because the thing with women is our bodies do change. Like
Yeah,
you said,
yeah.
You are gonna gain weight. You are, and I think one thing I will say is when you're losing weight, just be prepared that you will get stages where your weight is gonna go up and down, and you have to accept that.
That part.
Like you have
That's
to accept
the truth.
that. Once you accept that,
yeah, I agree.
Because even now, since my birthday, I gained 4 kg, but I've lost 2 now. So, the reason I didn't feel shame now is because I'm like, okay, like this happens.
Yeah. And I think that's the thing. You have to accept that it happens. Like whether it happens this year, next year, when you start having kids, like between whatever age you are now watching this until the day that you leave this world, the weight is going to fluctuate.
100%.
One way, like it is 100%. Going to fluctuate.
And also giving yourself grace around seasons that you can't prioritize it.
Yeah.
Like even with me, I've been on the same weightish for a good 4 or 5 months now.
Yeah.
And that's not because I don't want to lose more weight. I definitely want to lose more weight. But it's because I've had so much going on that I can't prioritize my losing weight as much as I can. And that's fine.
Yeah.
Sometimes other things is going to take more priority. Like if you have kids, your kids, I mean, your kids need to be your priority all the time. Yeah. But if you have like, you started a new job and you need to focus, like you're moving, like things will park, you know, and that's fine. You just have to tell yourself that, okay, when I'm back in my mojo, like we go again.
We'll go, 100%.
We go again.
100%. And I think that's the honesty that a lot of people need. And I even think a lot of people, like PTs and stuff like that, I think they need to actually be having these conversations with people, because I think you can easily now go and follow someone's a 6-month plan, have a PT, great, you lose the weight. Once the PT goes and now you're in a new season in your life where you can't prioritize, you're now feeling sad. And it's like, oh no, you just didn't know that there will be seasons where...
Yes. That's why there's 2 fitness influencers that I like. One of them I actually know personally because I went to uni with her, was Oyinda Fitness.
Oh yeah, yes. She's lovely.
Yes,
yeah,
and then the other content. Yes, and the other one is Talia and she's American. I like them too because they do speak on things like this.
Yeah.
And Oyinda's one is she leans more into humor. Yeah. So she does like scenarios and it's like, wow, like I feel so seen. Yeah. It's like even things like not wanting to do cardio. She's like, I can't do cardio. I don't want like it's like she really feels really, and then Talia talks a little more. Yeah. And those 2 women I would say are really great examples of letting you know that it's not linear. Yeah. Absolutely. So I definitely think also following people that look like you know,
and that are honest
about it,
show the whole journey, the conversations about it, the actual wellness aspect of it, and not just pushing weights in the gym, because it's not always like that. Do you know what I mean?
And you also have to look at weight loss as a thing that's like, yeah, it's great you achieved it, but it doesn't define you as a person. Like I think the issue with how shame comes, because you're thinking like everyone's congratulating you've gone so much smaller, so you're kind of, I feel like you internalize the praise a bit as well. So because you've internalized the praise, you're like, oh my god, everyone's gonna think I've gained weight, everyone's gonna think I'm obese again, people are gonna treat me bad. It's like, no, like relax.
Breathe.
Even if people, they're weird, you know, you have to be like, that's their issue, my body will change, I'm a woman. Like, that's why even when people are like, oh, you've done such a good job, I don't like, thanks, but I don't actually take it in. I don't take it, because if I take it in, if you now turn around and tell me I'm fat, I'm gonna take it personal. Right. So for me, it's very important that I stay neutral. Yeah. And it's more important about how I feel myself. I feel like even if I've gained, I feel okay myself. Like as of overall, but it's like you have to care about your opinion the most, not what everyone says. If they congratulate you, they don't congratulate you.
Yeah. Ooh, that was a word. That was a word. Clack it. That was a clack it. That was a word. But Anae, we have come to the end.
Wow,
this was a very rich conversation.
Yeah.
Very, very raw and very honest, unfiltered.
I'm not gonna lie. I hope I don't regret this honesty, guys. That's one thing I'm.
No, I remember I said I'll send it to you just in case. Just
I hope I don't regret this honesty, because I'm just acting like how I act even with my friends. Like, I think for me, it's very important that, especially with younger women who are
Yeah.
like 17 as well, like
Yeah.
18, like they see a realistic point of view on all these things.
Yeah.
I do know that people would ask me like, oh, especially that I gained the weight back and I've lost the 60 pounds myself.
Yeah.
Would I still recommend the surgery? And the truth is, I think everyone should do what they feel is best for them. That's my honest take, because at the end of the day, the gastric sleeve worked for me when I needed it.
Right.
So I'm not ever gonna be like, people forget that the food is a real thing. Like, it's addiction is a real food addiction, sugar addiction. These are really, really hard things to overcome. There wouldn't be things like Ozempic and all these things. Gosh, if they genuinely felt like someone could lose the weight all the time by themselves. It's a huge hurdle. There's a lot that goes into it. If someone's doing something for 15 years, it's gonna be hard for them to fix it in 3 months. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes. So it's just like, if you feel like you really can't, then you do your research. But I will always still say, though, do try and like do with the gym and food first.
Yeah.
And before you look at other alternatives, that's one thing I will say.
Oh, well, there you have it, guys. That's your final departing words from an A. How can we find you? How can we listen to your music as well? The rebrands. You know, what's your handles?
So yeah, my Instagram and Twitter is ane.com. So ANEDOTCOM. And TikTok as well, but TikTok's just an extra M. And with music, it's just NA, so ANE with an accent. But those are all my old stuff, guys. So you need to follow me just to stay tuned for that new stuff.
Oh, okay. And when you said new stuff, we drop in 2026.
2026, full rebrand.
Wow.
You guys are seeing me last time looking this basic. We're gonna come out looking like a star.
I'm so done. We got a superstar in the house. No, I love that, and yeah, honestly wish you all the best with your music. Obviously, I have you on socials anyway, so I'll be fun. I'll be supporting. But yeah, this has been a really, really fun conversation. Even I'm thinking like there's things that I've taken from this to be like, wow, yeah. Sometimes you just have to accept that your body is just not going to look like that, and be at peace and move
angles, guys. People have angles.
Yeah, just know what works for you and manage it. Like, that's really the truth.
Facts.
But yeah, this has been such a great conversation. Thank you so much for coming, guys. Please remember to follow Anne on all her socials. I'll leave them all like linked here. I'll leave them here somewhere in the middle. Remember to follow me at The Real Rose. Follow the Weight of It podcast. We will be back with another episode soon. Bye, guys.